friends, my name is Leanne and I am Mad for Pandora. Welcome back to another video. Today I have a few things to show you, but first I just want to update you on my Mad for Pandora bracelet. I've done a few changes to it. It wasn't sitting quite right on my wrist, so I had a bit of a play with it. Also, I did have a little play with my O pendant design. So as you can see, I'm still using the spinning world as my centerpiece, but since I had these free now, these are some beautiful old charms. They've got diamonds in them. So I've just popped them on as a little bit of extra bling to the necklace. So this is my bracelet. So I've ended up putting the dangle on here for my 100 subscribers. Such a cool little trophy. I love all the details. Then I've got my MAD for my mad. So that's mum and that's and daughter. And then I ended up adding these clips back. I had taken them off at one stage, but adding the Muranos or the man-made opals that I had on here, I sort of wasn't really having enough room to have the clips, but I needed it to sort of balance it back out. And then I've put the 4 there. And then I've got the PANDORA. Now I have found a bit of a problem with some of these letters. I mean, this one, of course, because it's a 3-sided, it never sits flat, but that's not too much of a problem. But ones like the A, because they're on such an angle, they do want to sort of bunch up. So if I didn't have the clips on here, it sort of wants to sort of jam itself all up together because I've got a few of the A's in the new style lettering. So I'll pop it off my wrist to show you the rest, because obviously I can't turn my wrist around that far. Trying to get it up the right way. So they're the ones I've shown you. So I've had to do dangles up my arm because otherwise it sort of doesn't sit right. The 4 needs to be the same direction as the words. And then we come around to this side and I have the other clip. And I have my Birds of Australia little dangle there. It's kind of difficult, and when I was planning it out, I wasn't really thinking of the fact that Pandora is quite a large word and you can't really divide it up too well. And then I ended up having the little phone and the circle of friends and my coffee. But I couldn't end up putting the little Pandora bag on in the end, so I can put that on my necklace, but then it doesn't hang completely straight, so I will find something to do with that. And then I've added this dangle onto the end because it's actually a screw on, and then I don't have to worry about, you know, if the safety chain is undone, they'll all fall off. Whereas if I put, even though this is a screw on, if I put a dangle that wasn't a screw on the end, it would just want to fall off all the time. Anyway, I thought I'd give you a bit of an update. I've literally been playing with it the last couple of days. This bracelet is still extremely stiff. And because it's got no clip stations, I'm fortunately that I can put my clips wherever I want. So I hope you enjoyed seeing the update of that. Okay, now as you know, Pandora has had a bit of a promo running over Mother's Day, and I'm sorry I didn't get to show you sooner, but I did manage to get some things for Mother's Day, and I was hoping to get this video out a lot sooner, but we've been away and I've had one of my daughters come and stay for a while, and then we went back to her place after that, so that sort of wasn't possible to get it recorded. Plus, because I use natural sunlight, we've had a lot of sort of overcast and rainy days as well. But the first thing I'd like to show you is a very big surprise I received in the letterbox from my daughter that's over in New Zealand. Now, she's my mad4pandora bracelet daughter, and so she's very special to me. And she was looking at my collection going, what could she give me? And she ended up buying 2 of these gorgeous sun, moon and stars charms. So I didn't have them, which was really great, and I had the perfect place to add them. So before I got them, this necklace only had these pieces and then the spheres, and now it's very much complete. I just love how the oxidized details in the leaves go so beautifully with these ones. So that is very much complete. And then, of course, I've got my bracelet to match. So before, this didn't really have any of the celestial sort of charms on it, but now it matches a lot better. My husband and I ended up going to the shop and having a look at Pandora. So we haven't been there for quite a while. Probably all year really. So we did manage to pick out the gorgeous rose bracelet. Now the promo was really good because it was spend 165 or 9 or something, and you got a free bangle, but you also got 20% off. So this was a really good deal. So I saved a significant amount of money on getting the bracelet, and I've been wanting a new bracelet for a while now. But as you can see, I love a stiff bracelet and this one is not. So I was quite taken aback and wondering whether I should go ahead and purchase this bracelet, being so floppy. But I see online, I think most people's are floppy. And it's definitely comfortable if you like a relaxed bracelet. But look at this gorgeous clasp. It is just stunning. Absolutely stunning. It is a very tiny clasp though, so if you like a chunky clasp, you're probably not going to like it. And I was sort of trying to work out, do I want to have the clasp up on the top of my wrist and build the bracelet that way or not? It's got a good click though, so that's really good. And it has, of course, the 2 clip station areas. So the other piece that I got was this beautiful love script. Now I have wanted this since I saw it coming out for Valentine's Day, and this is stunning. It's very unusual to sort of have an idea that you want in your mind and then Pandora actually makes it. So I just think this is just a stunning piece. Very well done. It's got really good weight to it. And they've done a really good job of finishing it off as well. Sometimes I'm a bit fussy with the finishes on Pandora charms, but this one is, yeah, very, very nice. It does tend to flip a little bit on a bracelet. I do tend to wear it up my arm as well, but I'm super stoked at that. I love how they've done the O as a heart. So that was the second piece I got. Now my favorite part of all of the gifts that I got were these. Now when I first saw these online on some pictures, it was actually before they ended up being in our Australian e-store, and I was just like, wow, they're pretty stunning, but I had no idea whether they would suit my ears. How gorgeous are these? Beautiful blooming roses. And do you see the way that they do the stem? That's so cool. And then they've got the little spikes, thorns. And what I like about these earrings is, well, they've done it as an actual matching pair. So your ear sort of goes in here. And if you've got a higher hole in your ear, this would actually wrap around your ear. So I think that would be pretty stunning. My holes are not quite even, and I don't usually wear studs at all. So I was sort of like really nervous, and when I got to go in the store and have a look at them, I thought, yeah, I reckon they're gonna fit my ears. Because this little post bit is thin, it's more like wearing a hook or a hoop for me. And you can't really tell that my hole's not quite even then. How gorgeous is that? So of course we've got the hallmark, which is always so tiny. And then the back is a little heart shape. I wore these straight, obviously didn't sleep in them, but I wore these every single day for a week and didn't take them off. And normally when I go away, I have sort of a set of jewelry that I wear all the time, but I end up wearing my favorite bracelet, but then I was wearing these. So just stunning. If you do get a chance to pick these up, I was actually surprised Australia got them because we don't always get all the different pieces. And it's just my hunch, of course, but I was concerned that maybe out of all the pieces, Pandora seems to discontinue the earrings first when they discontinue something, and sometimes you don't even know they're going to. So I was very concerned that I may miss out on these. So I thought I'm definitely getting them as my first priority. I did also see the rose ring, and it is stunning as well. So that is still on my wish list. But I have this rose ring. It's one of the old ones, and I do have the other big flower one, the rose, shell, carp shell one. So at least I already had a ring. So this is how I've been stacking it. But yeah, I think I'll get the other ring for one of my other fingers because it's a lower set one and it still goes with this one. See how high this one is? So I could get it and stack it with this one, of course. But yeah, I'm really happy with this collection from Pandora. I would have preferred the bracelets were a little bit stiffer, as I do prefer them a bit stiffer, but I did notice too that even though this is an 18, because the clasp is so tiny, it's a little bit smaller than an 18. And the last thing I got from the promo, of course, was the free bracelet. Now this is absolutely stunning. I do really, really like this clasp. Now I'll put the codes and the names in my description box. Easiest way to do it. I'm not great with names, but it's got a cubic zirconia on one side and a cubic zirconia in the other. And I love the swirl pattern, but it almost looks like a rose sort of pattern, doesn't it, on the side? I think it would go really well with the monthly charms and pendants and stuff they've got now. So in Australia we never got the option of the rose version, the rose plated bracelet. I definitely would have been tempted for that one as well, but this one I find stacks so amazing with this, even though it shows how tiny the clasp is. And I've also got this bracelet here. I've been wearing this a lot lately and it looks really good with these other roses. I might pop the bracelet on to show you. Also, because I've had it for a little while now, I have done a bit of playing and styling, but I might do that in a separate video because it's not an exact what I'm going to be wearing it with. See how lovely that looks stacked together? So you can just wear it on its own if you like. Let me know if you did go into this promo and whether yours was 20% off as well as the bracelet, as the bangle. So my bangles are 17. So it fits perfectly on my arm without any charms. It's definitely one of my favourite clasps that Pandora has done in a while. Probably one of my top favourites altogether. I really did like the snowflake flat one that they did a couple of years ago. So there we go. So we've got 3 lots of roses stacked together. Well, that's not really a rose, but it might as well be. And this was meant to be a rose style. I love the links on this one. It's one of my favorites. I'm still yet to cut the end off this. And of course it has a little tiny rose dangling off it there. There we go. So I hope you enjoyed seeing the different pieces that I got for Mother's Day. Like I said, the gift from my daughter that arrived in the letterbox, I was really surprised. She actually ended up messaging me and saying, check your letterbox, because normally, you know, we'll get the postie or ding dong on the doorbell or something, but since they've been coming with the smaller packaging, they just go into our locked letterbox. So I went out and got it, and oh wow, I was so surprised to actually get that beautiful gift. So thank you to my Pandora daughter for the beautiful Mother's Day gift. And I guess the rest of these pieces were actually from my beautiful puppy, because he's my little boy. So and my lovely husband. Anyway, I hope you got some lovely Mother's Day gifts as well, and until next time, take care.